Some of you guys might not believe this, but I'm actually really nervous. In order to write this speech, I had to put on my thinking cap. All right. To begin, I'd like to thank Mr. Morrison, the school board members, Mr. Dans, Mr. Head, and Ms. Madere for sharing this moment and validating our graduation experience. Thank you to our principals for putting up with our dress code issues constantly with grace and splendor. I know I've gotten way better at finding alternate routes, sneaking around corners, and through classrooms to avoid being dress coded. I want to thank my teachers, all the way from Miss Bussey to Mrs. Hawkins to Miss Townsend, for putting up with my and Jace's million questions, especially if you just answered the exact same question prior to our asking, and we just didn't hear it because we were talking or just simply not paying attention. Thank you to my classmates. Some of you I've known the entirety of my life, being as I've attended Gladewater since I was 3 or 4, and some of you I've just met within the past 4 years. Thank you for countless laughs, like that one time in Spanish 2 class when Bailey put a pencil down the back of Darnell's pants and got in trouble by Mr. Goldsmith, only to make the rebuttal that he doesn't know how to have fun. Thank you for the plethora of memories, from football games to Spanish club movie nights and the first year of our environmental science club. Thank you for forcing me to be better and for being my biggest and best competitors at Tyler and Jace. Thank you to my aunts and uncles for being like bonus parents, my grandparents, Granny, Mimi, and Pop, for being my biggest supporters, my sister for always having my back and never hesitating to put me in my place. We all know I need it sometimes. Thank you to my stepfather for doing above and beyond for my sister and I. And lastly, thank you to my mom. You've been my best friend and biggest supporter, sitting through countless volleyball, basketball, soccer, and football games all throughout middle school and my 4 years of high school. You never missed an awards assembly or ceremony, and you've always been my rock. You've never given up on me and always pushed me to do and be my best. I love you, Mom. In the book, Oh, the Places You'll Go, by Dr. Seuss, he once wrote, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who'll decide where you go." One day, Miss Clark started our 5th period economics class with a video. It involved the military and, of course, involved stories and scenes of lost soldiers. This video really put into perspective for me that people my age are out risking their lives for my and your freedom, ensuring that we have the choice to practice whatever religion we please and to bear our arms. At this moment, I have never been more proud of 2 of my very best friends, Sam Frake and McKady Jones, who are enlisting in the Air Force and Navy. I remember just holding their hands during the video and telling them how proud I was of them. In addition, many graduates this year, including myself, are furthering our education in the medical field. The class of 2017 is literally going to save your life one day. April 19th, 2017, tragedy struck GHS. I remember being at work the previous Saturday and leaving in tears after getting the news that one of our classmates, Ashley Bell, had been in a car accident and it was serious. I don't think my classmates or myself had prayed more in those next few days than we ever had before. I remember getting the news of her passing that Wednesday night, gathering a couple friends and heading to the hospital to pay our respects. Upon entering the waiting area, it was hushed and all you saw were tear-stained faces. Some of us had never had a close experience with death before. We didn't know how to act, nor did we know how to feel. But the one thing I did know is that I didn't want the memory of Ashley to be a sad thing. She wouldn't have wanted that, so I resolved to use Ashley's life as a guide. I decided to live each day as if there were no tomorrow. We lost her far too soon. As Matthew tells us, no one knows about that day or hour, not even the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. Live life to the fullest. Now, I would like to give you a little philosophy from Kiara Shaw. William Shakespeare and Channing Tatum once said, "Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them." This being said, it does not matter where you start out in this world. You can make it great or not. Remember, students, the choice is yours. Freshman year, my biology teacher once said, "Don't ever compromise who you are. Don't let people make you feel less of a person because their morals are different than yours." I don't remember the context of this quote, but I've carried it with me throughout high school, so I'd like to bestow it upon you. It's okay to be different. Normal is only a setting on a washing machine. You are entitled to your own thoughts and opinions. And finally, from my pop, wherever you go, whatever you do, go with God. For as Jesus tells us in Matthew 19:26, with God, all things are possible. I know we're all anxious to get our diplomas, and I promised I wouldn't talk for 10 minutes. So remember, only you decide where you go. Make it a worthwhile journey. We do not know what tomorrow holds, so make the most of today. And finally, remember to take God with you. I leave you with these parting words from Miss Lancaster, who always said we have to hear things 3 times to remember them. You are smart, you are important, and you can do this. You are smart, you are important, and you can do this. And one last time, you are smart, you are important, and you can do this. It's with great honor that I have the privilege to say congratulations to the class of 2017. I'm going to miss you guys.